Hi, guys, and welcome to another one of my casual chats with a leading figure in the world of pool. And with me, I'm delighted to say, is Jaden, the pool lover. Hi, Jaden.
Hello, Mark. How are you doing?
I've got to start off just by saying I just love your name. I mean, it's great. Jaden, the
Wow,
pool lover.
thank
Where,
you.
where did it come from? I mean, is it as obvious as it sounds?
Yeah, I got pulled from my dad, and basically I just started developing this as my hobby, and I just got this name because I love pool, basically. It's just as it sounds.
Yeah, and my pool name, my social media name is A Passion for Pool. So I guess really it was only a matter of time before we sort of got together and had a little chat.
Yeah. Thanks for
So,
having me.
mate, you're so welcome. And I didn't realize till today you're actually over in Hong Kong, right?
Yeah, I'm based in Hong Kong, and I like to travel and play in different pool halls, and record videos there for my followers.
That's exactly how I got into it. I had this dream of going around all the 50 states of the US to play a
Wow.
game of pool, to take part in a competition, to just meet the locals and play some pool in as many states as I could. I think it's nine already. In 2 years, I've
Wow.
been to nine states. COVID got in the
Impressive.
way, of course, as it did a lot of things.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I really want to know more about you. I mean, all I know is you're called Jaden the pool lover. You're from Hong Kong. I looked on your Instagram, you've got over 25 million views.
Yeah, that's it just happened honestly. It's kind of crazy because at first I literally got like 30 views or like even 100 views or 1,000 views. I'll be very happy from that. And now just all of a sudden now I'm at 25 million because it's all about consistency, I would say.
Yeah, I was going to try and pick your brains about what the secret is to, maybe you've got some advice for aspiring. I know we've got a mutual friend, Shazad, right?
Yeah.
Elvis Paisley, as I've renamed him from India. Great character.
Yeah.
What would you say to somebody like that who's making videos, who's good at trick shots or just any kind of content? What content do you feel gets the biggest viewers?
I would say because so you know how all the pro players they tend to do drills and or like basically all you practice to become good is more of the boring stuff. But the thing is, the people that do not know pool will not be interested in those like boring practices or even drills are good, but maybe like those straight shot stuff, nobody likes those. I mean, even I don't like those, but you got to practice to be good. But the thing is, the viewers online, not everybody is in the pool community. So in order to attract viewers, other like not in the pool community, you have to do stuff which will catch their eye, like what people don't play pool can easily understand, like trick shots or some easy tutorial videos. So basically, that's how you get a wider audience, not just the pool community.
Yeah, that's a good point because you're appealing to the masses rather than just the pool players, as you've
Yeah,
said. And I don't know whether you've seen recently. I interviewed Jasmine Ocean,
yeah,
and
I've seen that.
she's got a great YouTube channel, and she goes
Yeah,
at it from a different angle, like the kind of thing you're saying now, where she really does do it differently, and she appeals to everyone, and she's talking so that you can understand it using a bit of comedy.
yeah.
What is your main content that you do? Is it just trick shots? Are you a good pool player?
So I do practice every day. Just very boring stuff like straight shots. I do the bottle, like the to train my cue action. I do some drills that my coach tells me to do. Loho-san, maybe you know him.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so basically, I spend about maybe like 30 minutes to 1 hour recording my content because honestly, content for like 5 seconds of content, you got to have a lot of time behind this to actually make the shot perfectly and to actually show your viewers. And so it's not that simple as it seems, but I don't honestly, I'm not the best pool player, but I I do all these content creating stuff, and it's just for my followers actually. But I do play pool myself, like seriously, because I realized in order to be a good pool player, like actually running racks and stuff, you gotta, focus more on the boring part of pool. I mean, just the drills and practices, and not just those trick shot stuff they see on Instagram.
So what's your favorite game? If I was to say to you, right, come on, Jaden, let's go play some pool. What game would you want to play? What race? What kind of break? Would you want a template? Would you want a triangle? Tell us what's your favorite game?
I would say nine ball, honestly, because as you know, there's a lot of drama in nine ball. It's not just like any other game like straight pool. There's not much drama in straight pool, honestly. It's just potting balls, and it's about the pattern. And eight ball, it's all right, but we don't play that often in Hong Kong, only in the leagues. 10 ball, rarely. We rarely see 10 ball, and most of them we play nine ball. And for the racking template, obviously I'm gonna stick with Magic Borak. This is the best in the world, honestly, I would say.
Is that the one that they're using at Matchroom now?
Yes, exactly.
Because they were using one of your competitors before that.
Uh,
I
oh
see.
yeah, I think it's Accurac or something.
Accurate from Outsville, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're here to talk about you. How old are you?
I'm 13 right now. I don't look 13,
13.
but I am. It doesn't really, I mean, I don't really look like my age or even match my age, but yeah, that is what it is actually.
So you must still be at school then.
I mean, yeah, school is school, but it's kind of hard to actually balance school and pool. So basically, every day after school, I try to do all my homework in class or at recesses or lunch breaks or whenever I get time. Basically, I try to squeeze the time out to do my homework, and after that, I go to studios or my studio here or pool halls or wherever to practice. It really depends. And after that, I go back home, do a bit more of my studies, write some notes, and I go to bed basically every day. That's the same routine.
So have you got brothers, sisters?
I've got a sister. She knows a bit about pool. She's all right. But she is more into like piano. She's got taekwondo, drawing, like stuff like that.
Wow. So what apart from outside of pool, what's your thing? Are you a music lover? Do you play instruments? What do you want to do with your life?
Hmm. I don't have exactly the best sense with music. I mean, I listen to music, but I don't exactly know how to play any instruments. I don't know actually. I like Instagram. I like creating content. That's the passion to create content is actually what actually motivates me to create more content because it's all for the fans. The fans love it, and I continue to do it.
Yeah, we're on the same page there because that's why I do what I do. We all know that there's not
Yeah,
a huge amount of money in porn. I mean, as you know, I do a lot of commentary around the world. I certainly
yeah,
don't do it to become rich because if I was doing it for that reason, then I'd be very, very unhappy and miserable. But the reason I do what I do is the same.
passion.
Yeah, it's passion, and that's what it is. And I've been in the game since I first saw the game when I was age 7. That was 54 years ago.
Wow,
So
wow.
I've seen lots of different eras of great players in all different cue sports. Is there a lot of snooker played over in Hong Kong? Is there any snooker at all?
Yeah, there's actually a lot of snooker actually because as you know, Jimmy White and Alex Higgins and all those old players came to Hong Kong, and they also did a movie with one of the top
Yes.
actors in Hong Kong. Yes, exactly. So that's why it's so famous in Hong Kong. Everybody knows them, and they play like a ton of exhibition matches before I was born, obviously, and that whole vibe is amazing in Hong Kong. Everybody loves it.
So what is the real goal the with the game of pool? Do you want to become a really good player? Do you want to become the next Venom, for example? Are you a fan of Venom?
Oh yeah, he actually taught me a lot of shots, and I've done many collaborations with him actually. I know him pretty well, and you know, well, he talks about the algorithm to me. Basically, he's a great inspirational figure to me actually. I basically got into this because of him. And I'm not sure actually, because I actually really like how Matchroom is doing this new thing. Not exactly Matchroom, but like Emily. They're actually turning these pro players into celebrities, which is a main point. So as I always like to say, you know, how Cristiano Ronaldo is famous among everybody, not just in the football community. And that's mainly because of social media and basically media, not exactly Instagram, but TV, everything. That's why he's so famous. It's not just because he plays football well. That's one of the factors, but also because he has good media promotions. He's on TV, he's on magazines, basically everything, and he's got a lot of followers on social media. That's how everybody knows him.
Yeah, and that's what the clever players are doing, pool players are doing now. You know, they
Yeah,
realise that, you know, this is the age of social media and they've got to be active on it. Fedor Gorst is very, very active on it. Venom, who we just spoke about, players
yeah.
like Kelly Fisher, Christina Tkach, these type of players are beginning to realise that if they want to make more money out of the sport, it might not necessarily come from playing itself. They need self promotion. And I know Kelly's just come back from China, actually, where she was doing uh, something with the Chinese equivalent of TikTok
Oh
out.
yeah, I know that.
Yeah. And, you know, as we all know, Venom does so much. I mean, he actually invited me around his house. I don't know whether you've seen the interview that I did with Venom, but it's a really good interview. He's such a nice guy. He invited me round to his house, did some trick shots with me on the table, which was a real
It's amazing.
bucket list for me because I'd seen that
Yeah.
room. You know, that is so famous, that room with the rasson table and the white walls, and to actually
With
go
holes
and
in it.
see
With a
them.
bunch of holes in it.
Yeah, there's loads of it. He was showing me all the holes and where the window was open once and the ball went out of the window and there's a swimming
Yeah.
pool below and it went in the swimming pool and lots of nice little stories from him. You mentioned music a little while ago.
Yeah.
I want to ask you. I ask all the guys that come on the show, what is your opinion on headphones and wearing them when playing?
Hmm. I mean, headphones. I mean, it's fine, I guess, because I like wearing headphones when I practice. You know, it helps me focus because especially AirPods, you know, they have like that concentrating thing, like that noise cancellation. That's what it
Right.
is, which actually makes you focus. And I think it makes me in my own world, you know what I mean? When I practice, you know, it's boring, but with some music, it just makes everything better.
So what sort of music would you listen? I actually did an experiment. I'm gonna be honest with you now. I think that shouldn't be allowed in the game because for various reasons, really. I think it should be a level playing field. Snooker actually got around the rule by making it against the dress code, so you're not allowed to wear them. That was kind of a clever way of going about it. But there's the added thing of, you know, if they're banned in a lot of tournaments, then famously Tyler Steyer just recently won the Texas Open, and
Yeah.
he was wearing his earbuds, right? Now that's a completely different atmosphere. And for example, now he's gone to play in the US Open where they're not allowed. It just seems to me that it's kind of silly to do something that you can't replicate in all scenarios. Don't you like the noise around and the music in the background and a little bit of it? Not, I'm not saying to talk to your opponent, but you know, for example,
Interactions.
yeah,
Yeah.
interaction. I mean, I was playing a match recently and the guy had earpods in and I did a push out. I called the push out and I was trying to get his attention. He didn't. I played a push out. He came to the table and picked the cue ball up. And I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "You fouled." I said, "No, I called a push out." And he said, "Oh, I didn't hear you." And I went,
So what happened? Was it in like a professional tournament?
"No, it was only a weekly tournament, but yeah,
Oh,
it's still a little bit of money on it, $200 or something on it. But my point is, more importantly, if you're practicing with headphones in and then you go to a tournament and they say, sorry, you can't play with headphones in, then surely you're going to be at a disadvantage. What do you think about that?
I mean, I only have my headphones in when I'm doing the bottle because it's so boring. Do you want to see it? Oh wait, I
Yeah,
think
of
I left it at
course.
home. I
Can you
think I left it
show?
at home. Wait, I think I have a photo of it. Give me a second. Let me find it.
Oh, this
I
isn't
should
your
have
home.
showed it.
This isn't your home where you are.
No, no, no. This is like a studio, a pool room.
You've got too much money already.
Now we
You've
don't because in Hong Kong, like places are so expensive that your house can't be that big unless you're like a millionaire or something. Because it's just that's just Hong Kong. You don't it's not a big city and you don't have much room and you got a big population. You got like 7 million people living here, and
wow.
it's so small. So that's the thing.
I've never
Let me
been
try to
there.
find it.
That is on my bucket list, but you don't fly over. You used to be able to fly right over the city, didn't you? But now there's a new airport there, isn't there?
Oh yeah. That's true. Give me a
They
second. I think
they
actually I
built they
think
built a special. What's all this stuff behind you while you're looking for? What's all that stuff at the back there?
at the back.
Yeah.
Oh, those are the magic borax stock. My dad's stuff.
Ah, so is your dad the inventor of that? Is he the main man there, or tell us a bit
I
about that?
mean, my dad and my mom. My dad invented this. My mom just helps him do the sales and stuff. But it's not their main job. They got like some other jobs, their actual main jobs. But this started as like kind of like a passion project or something, but now it has gone into a worldwide brand, which is kind of impressive. It's been like 14 years now. And yeah, that actually proves consistency is the key to success. And I learned that from either my dad or social media. That's what proves it.
Okay. And what's this? You sent me this picture and said you'd like to have that as my background. I was looking for
Oh
always
yeah,
for
yeah.
an interesting background that means something to the person. Tell us, I actually played on one of these tables in a pub once. It
Oh
was,
really?
yeah, it spins round, right? Does this one spin round or not?
No, no, no. It's like a
Ah,
stable table.
okay. So tell us,
Wow. Your one spins around. That's so cool. I've never seen any of those before.
yeah, it used to be, it was a space saving one where it goes into a corner. So it can go right
Okay.
into a corner, and then to play your shot, you just spin it round to where the cue ball is and to where you want to play.
Wow. I mean, I like that idea. But going back to the photo, so why this photo means so much to me is basically this was my first actual viral video. For me, viral means like over 1 million. I got some other ones like 500K or something before, but this was the one that actually started blowing up. So I went to this one in China before. I went all the way there just for this table because I saw it online. So I was like, oh, this is gonna get views. I was like, I have to go there. So I went there, I recorded a bunch of videos. I stayed there for like a whole day and the other day just to record videos on this. And yeah, basically that's why it means so much to me because that's how I actually started to go viral.
Okay. And what did you do on it? What did you do on it? Some tricks?
Yeah, I did some trick shots. I did some drills, which are funny because you can see the rails are curved. So how the cue ball moves and how you add spin on it. So the first day, I basically was just testing around the table, doing some shots and just understanding how it works because it's definitely different than a Rasen table right there. So honestly, I just spent a lot of time learning how it works and the bank shots and stuff like that and spin because the spin is absolutely different. It goes the opposite side after you hit it.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
like literally, it's like not how it usually happens, and the knuckles are completely different. It goes like, have you seen the shots where Venom takes off his rails?
Yes.
It's basically like that. It just goes round and round, and you can do a lot of cool stuff with it. Like you can pot like you can see there are 6 pockets. You can pot it in 2 shots. You can pot it in one because it just goes around the table, the circle. You know what I mean? But it still requires some skill and some experience because I spent a lot of time testing it out. So that's why I know a lot of these tricks.
That's quite a good table to do tricks on though, because you can pull tricks,
Yeah.
and maybe that wasn't the one that you actually chose to do or tried to
Oh
do, but
yeah, a lot
it
of
still
flukes
looks pretty
actually.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, is that in a showroom? Is it in a pool room? Where is it, that place?
It's kind of in okay, so basically I'll put it in a simple way. This is not exactly a pool place. It's a place where they got like bowling and they got like VR and they got
Ah.
like a lot of stuff. They got like dance floors. It's kind of like a club. And inside there, like you can see there's some pool tables at the back, and they got this thing right here. It's like for fun, honestly. But I spent like 2 days there recording videos.
Do people actually like playing on that one just for a bit of fun, or do they still like to use the normal pool tables?
Most of the people play the normal one because they don't really understand what's going on with this one because the logic is completely different. Um, I don't think a lot of pool players know this place because it's not for pool. As I said, it's like a club. So I just found this online and I was like, I have to go here.
How big is it? How big is that table?
I would say it's around 6 foot, 5 foot, something like that.
Okay. And where would you, if you're playing, say, well, it'd be very hard to play eight ball on it, for example. But if you
I
did play,
did. I did some breaking runs, 8, 9, 10. I've done all of them.
really, so where'd you set the
Yeah.
balls up? Where would you set the balls up on that table?
So, all right, here's a very good question, actually. So basically, I kind of
Finally.
just kind of just guessed, honestly. So you see there are like two. So basically, I named this. I named the pockets. You know Braxton Pool Powers.
No.
He's a famous content creator with over like 150K followers. But anyways, he was making fun of how I randomly named the pockets. So I named the two left side and the right side. I named those the middle pockets. The one at the bottom I named the bottom pockets, and the one at the top I named the top pockets. Like basically, like on the pool table. But it's like a completely different logic. I just randomly named them because I was doing a commentary on my break and run videos. So and he was just making fun of me. And he was saying there are no pockets. You can't name them because every different perspective you see it, it's going to be in every different kind of pocket. Because if you change the angle to the left hand
Yeah.
side, you'd see a completely different pocket. So basically, I just randomly named them from the angle here.
And it must be a nightmare to commentate on. I mean, okay, so he's going to take the two ball into the top right corner. Where's that? Where is that?
Yeah, I basically just randomly named them when I was doing my commentary. I was like, "Oh my god, what am I gonna say?" I just randomly bumped something out on my head and said the top pocket.
What's your favourite table? While we're on the subject of tables, what's your favourite table to play on?
Hmm. I played on a lot of tables. As I said, I went to a lot of pool halls. And I played on a lot of different tables, every kind of table, like Chinese 8 ball pool, snooker, English 8 ball, stuff like that. And I'm about to go to a Karen place soon, a Karen pool. But honestly, for pool, I think I would like Rasen more because that's what I play with all the time. And Diamond is fine, I think, but their cut is very deep, so you actually have to play the shots in a different way because I use a wood shaft. No, like basically wood, maple, stuff like that. So when I add spin on it, it deflects away, and when the ball is by like the jaw pocket of the diamond table, you actually have to hit it a bit differently because the cut is so deep that it's not the same as the Rasen table. So yeah, I think I like Rasen more.
And what's your favourite balls?
I don't really mind. Maybe black because I
You
play
like,
with
you
it all
like
the
the
time.
black?
Yeah. I mean, I just like what I play with all the time. I don't really mind, honestly.
I don't know whether you saw Jason Shaw's recent event in Connecticut at his pool room. He just literally
Yeah.
bought, I think it was 13 or 15 of the new,
Mr. Song, yeah.
yeah, Mr. Sung, the Rason Acura.
Yeah, I played on those.
What do you think of them?
I mean, they're all right. The pockets are a bit big compared to my one, obviously. They're all right, actually, honestly. Not much of a comment. It's just the cool table. I like their color. Because I seen it on the Sharks and I was like, this isn't nice. It looks cool and it's good for content creating because people like to watch cool stuff. and they need a break from the Racing table. I got like a million videos with this one, so they need a break. And I was like, okay, let's go to different pool rooms and let's record there.
What I was recently at Sharks actually. I commentated on the
Oh yeah,
nine
yeah.
ball Matchroom International that they had there, won by Koping Chung. Um, what you just mentioned your cue. I'm a wood man myself as well. I'm not into carbon fiber. What's your
Oh,
view?
same here.
What's your view? What do you play with?
Give me a second. I
Okay,
might just read
let's
that
have a
down.
look. Show us your weapons of choice.
Okay, so let me start with saying I played with carbon fiber before, SVB, the what's it called, the Synergy. I played with that for maybe like 3 months or something, and then my coach said, if you want to get good, you have to use a wood shaft because carbon just helps you correct everything. So now here I got. Give me a second. I gotta open my cue bag.
We might as well turn it into a Cold Boys What's in the Bag while we're about it. Right,
Now, what's some of those? They're pretty
this
cool.
still
I like
his
their idea,
idea.
actually. All right, so what I got here is one of these Southwest
Oh
maple
wow.
stuff.
Wow.
I'm not too familiar with these because I just use what my coach gives me. So yeah,
I think they're about there's a
let
3 or
me see.
5 year waiting list for a Southwest at the moment.
I just use what my coach gives me, honestly.
You
I
like
don't
the
know if
rap,
this
yeah? You play with the rap?
uh I mean, is this a rap? No. I just like the feel of this.
Yeah, I think it is a rap, isn't it? It's
Is
not
it? I don't know.
it's not wood, is it? No, it's a
Oh,
rap. So
uh,
show us the shaft.
okay. It's just a random shaft, honestly, because my coach just randomly gave it to me. It's just like a maple shaft. It's not
Does,
really, you know.
does he play? He's in the US at the moment. He just got knocked out yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. I watched the video.
Who beat him? Somebody.
I forgot the name. I think it was. Wait, give me a second. I think is it Sam Henderson or something?
Oh, Sam Henderson beat him. Yes, the young
Was it?
American.
I think it was. I'm not sure. I think it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Sam Henderson.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Who do you think's going to win the Open? You see, last night SVB went out. Uh,
Yeah. That's a
FSR.
banger. Yeah. It's absolutely crazy, you know. Never expected it. And also Anton Raga, he went out very early
Yeah,
in the
he went
tournament.
two and out, right?
Yeah. I mean, I thought he was gonna get it. You know, he has played very good and he showed us, he showed everybody that he is good.
Who do you think is the best player that's never won a tournament, a big tournament?
I would say Raga, yeah, because he has won like 4 or 5 times in a row, number two of the China Open. Even I feel bad for him. Like every time he goes to the final, and it's kind of like what's it called? A curse. His luck is not on. His luck is acting up, and all the shots is just unlucky basically. And I really hope he actually gets it soon because he has been putting in the work to it. You can see on his Instagram and stuff. And yeah.
I think there was 46 Americans, I believe, started in the US Open. Okay, you can say a lot of them are just players that play in it because they want just to say that I've played in the US Open. They've got no chance of winning it, but they get a big draw, like they might get to play SVB or FSR or Josh Villa, somebody like that in the
Yeah.
opening round. But I believe there's just one left, Skylar Woodward.
Yeah.
I'm I think he won last night. I don't mean this in a bad way, but I fell asleep because I've been traveling all day and I was trying to stay
Oh
awake
yeah.
to watch it.
The
He was
jet lag?
not. No, not really, because there's only like 3.5 hour difference from where I was. But
Yeah.
I spent about 26 hours traveling, and it was
Wow. That's exhausting.
yeah, it's not very nice traveling at the moment. It's very airport security is very laborious and queues everywhere because of lack of staff. Anyway, it doesn't matter about that. Let's get back to
Yeah.
Paul. Who do you have you got a favourite that you'd like to see win the
I mean,
US
I would
Open?
I would obviously like to see my coach win, you know. That will be like such a good thing, you know. And or maybe Robbie, he's got a great chance. He's in the last 16 already.
He made it, did he?
Yeah.
Wow, I should have done my homework. Who did he beat last night? Because he was trailing. I think it was John Mora, right?
Was it?
I think he beat. I think it was.
I know John on Instagram. Uh, he's just you know, he wants to do content creating stuff. Like all the other pros basically.
Yeah, John Mora is a great guy, a
And
great Canadian player.
I really hope he actually, you know, gets it because he's been playing a lot of tournaments. Robbie, he's been playing a lot of tournaments and he has been putting in the work. So come on, Team Hong Kong, let's get it.
Let's talk about the ladies' game
Ah,
for a
okay.
while. I mean, Amber Chen, Robbie's girlfriend, of course,
Yeah.
is a very good player. She just played in the Predator in Michigan. I think she
Yeah.
finished in the last 8 or something like that.
She came here before, this exact place.
She's been in your studio.
Yeah, was Robbie.
Oh wow, she's such a cute girl, isn't she? Do you
Yeah,
remember her?
I was kind of just racking balls when I played with her.
Yeah, I think
Basically just a free racking balls guy, you know.
Matchroom are looking for referees and rackers now.
Count me in.
Did you see the incident the other night with Scott Frost?
Nah.
He was playing a guy called Hunter Lombardo, and
I don't know.
he was leaning over the table to play a shot, and his shirt
Oh,
goes,
yeah, that happens all the time.
and
And
then
then,
he tucked it
yeah.
in, and then got down again, and then he was called a foul by Hunter. There was no referee there, and they then called a referee over, and then there was a big discussion, and it was
I mean,
heel.
it's kind of an awkward moment because, you know,
Yeah.
there's no ref. And I mean, you can say what you want to say, and the opponent can say what he wants to say, and and you can't prove anyone. Like you can't prove who's right, who's wrong. So it's kind of a very awkward situation. You know what I mean?
Did you know that? Have you heard the rule about the player in the chair, the opponent of the guy that's at the table,
Yeah.
becomes the referee in that situation?
I mean, I don't know, but normally that's what you're supposed to do. And in pool and snooker, you just gotta see if your opponent, especially when there's no referee, you know, like the preliminary stages
It's a
of
really
that.
hard word, that isn't it? Welcome back to part 2, guys. We had to just briefly step out and we had a little bit of a conversation away from the interview because neither of us could say that word preliminary. You try again, Jaden. Try again.
Okay, preliminary. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, you say it better than me, and this is your second language. Okay, so we were talking about the shirt fouls and all stuff like that, but we don't want to get involved in any of that anymore. We've spoken enough about that. I just wanted to see whether you knew about it. Of course, I want to get back to the important stuff, talking about you and your sponsors, and tell us about a normal day in the life of Jaden the pool lover. So, what time do you get up? What do you have for breakfast? When do you go to school? What you do at school? Hopefully, nothing bad. You're just studying hard. And then you come back home from school and then you get onto your pool. So, give us a normal day in the life of Jaden the pool lover.
Okay, so every day I basically wake up at around 7 o'clock and I eat my breakfast, just casual breakfast, and then I walk to school because it's just like 15 or 20 minutes of walking time, which is really close actually. And after my school, I mean I don't really do much at school honestly, just study. And after my classes, I just try to finish all my homework before school ends. And after that, then I just go directly to maybe come here sometimes, or maybe go to pool halls or some other studios to practice. And after I practice, then I just go back. Oh, one more thing. After I practice, I record some trick shots because that's what my whole page is about, or maybe tutorial videos, anything for Instagram. And after that, then I go back home and I do a bit more study, like some note taking or something like that for the day. And then I go to sleep. And the other day, same thing again, same routine.
Do you watch much pool? Do you watch much trick shots? What do you, or do you watch something non-pool related? What's your favorite? Obviously, you got Netflix. Have you got Netflix there?
I do, but I don't really watch it that much. I basically everything I watch is pool. Now that I realize everything is around pool or snooker or any billiard sport. So yeah, I gotta try to develop something else,
It doesn't matter.
Basically all my Instagram is pool, everything on my feed.
You're Jaden the pool lover. You're not Jaden the Netflix lover, are you? So look, there I can see lots of interesting stuff. I love little pool related little, bits of the chalk, the tips. What kind of tip do you prefer, by the way?
Give me a second. Let me get my cue. So basically, I think it is a Kamui tip or something. I'm not too sure because my dad has one of these tip machines. I can just show you right now.
Oh, the lathe. He's got one of the lathes, has he?
I think so. Wait, it's right here.
Wow.
It's basically
wow.
And he's got a lot of these stuff. Yeah, so basically he has a bunch of tips where I don't know where he put. He's got like a whole toolbox stuff like here. And then he's got like a bunch of tips which he basically tests them. I'm not too sure. Anyways, basically he's just got a bunch of tips and he tests them on all his toys, which is his bunch of cues here. Give me a second.
So how good is your dad? Wow, look at oh my God.
He's going to the Asian Open. I don't know. He's all right.
I'm actually salivating over your dad's cue case there. That looks amazing.
Yeah, it's like a 10 by 10 or something, or maybe 20 by 10. Like, let me set back.
Looks bigger than that.
Yeah.
So
he's got like a bunch of different cues and a bunch of different toys to play with. He doesn't. Okay, so here are two parts of it. Some of them he actually plays with. Some of them it's more like an investment in something because he also sells some cues on Facebook, I think.
Jaden,
yeah.
Somebody's cut the top of your head off. You need to.
Sorry, my bad. Give me a second. Okay. All right. So as I was saying, he sells some cues. He has some of the ones that he actually uses. He has some that he plays with. He has some that he kind of invests in, which he just holds on to it until the price goes up. So then he can sell it for profit. You know what I mean? Yeah, and he's got a bunch of toys basically.
Wow. So what's that on the table there? Is that chalk on the table you've got there?
These ones? Yes. So I want to give a little shout out to my sponsor here, Stephen from Turning Point. He's got amazing chalk, I gotta say. He actually the only reason I changed from town to town here to Turning Point is because give me a second. First of all, as same as social media, the whole packaging or the first impression matters a lot. So as you can see from here, this thing, the whole packaging looks extremely professional. As you can see, I haven't seen a chalk packaged like this. And when you open it,
just a close up,
you push it back out, and you got the instructions here. You can see you got the instructions.
What do the instructions say? Go like that on the top of the cue.
I don't know if everybody knows this, but it's in Chinese. But you could basically see a bit from this, which is this is a medium. This one. It's medium. It's more of like a balanced chalk, which you can use for basically every cue. And so you got this one, which soft, which you use for maybe the softer tips, stuff like that. You got hard for harder tips. I use the hard for my break cue, which is this one.
Did you see? Did you see?
Urge.
Predator have just brought out a new chalk. Did you see that? They've just launched it. The
Yes, I think so. Yes.
the Pure. It's called the Pure, and there's soft, medium, and hard in that as well. How much does that cost? That one
Yeah.
that you've got there. How much does it cost? Do you know?
This one, the turning point.
Yeah.
The turning point. So the normal price, I would say around 9 USD or maybe 8, but the manufactured price is way cheaper than that. So, I've been doing a little deal of turning point. I've been selling some of these, so that's why I've been for the past few days I've been dealing with a lot of these stuff.
So behind you, I just saw as well some more racks. We talked about your dad's company, the Magic.
Yes.
Can you show us what you've got there, rack wise?
All right. So let's start from the very basic ones. I don't think I have the very basic one here, but as you all know, you would have the usual 9-ball rack, 9 and 10-ball rack.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have it here. But it's basically like this one, the red one, but it's basically black. It's the same thing. And this was the black one was the first one that they launched, along with this. This is the 8-ball rack, and
That's
it was
what
kind of like this.
Is that what they use in Chinese 8-ball?
No, I'll get to that. But this was the original 8-ball rack using with this stuff on, with this thing on.
Yeah.
But then after some time, they found out that this little piece of V-shaped thing, kind of annoying because when you try to get the rack out and there are some balls stuck on this part, it's kind of annoying to get it out. So that's why they made this. And we did a lot of experiments, and they still stick together even without the V-shaped thing here. So then we turned it into this because it's way more convenient. And now to the Chinese 8-ball ones that we're going to be doing in Chinese 8-ball is this one. It's kind of like the Matchroom styled rack, like the Matchroom 9 and 10-ball.
Is that because of the grey cloth that you did the 9-ball grey rack? Was that because of the cloth, the sharp grey Simonis?
I think so, maybe. I'm not too sure. I think it has something to do with the cloth, obviously, because that's what they use in all the tournaments. But for the Chinese 8-ball one, I think they just did it as a series because you can see you got the 9-ball Matchroom one. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this one. And we also got the 9 and 10-ball one.
Okay.
You can see here. And so as a series, we also did this one, the 8-ball one, obviously, to come along with it.
Okay.
And you can see it's way thinner than the original ones because this, I think it's like I remember this is 0.1 mm, and this one I do not know. This one is way thicker. So when the balls roll over, they have like a slight movement. So that's why they changed to a thinner one. And we also got the Sharks one. I'm sure you guys are also familiar with this one. No? Did that change it? No?
Yeah. There was
Sharks one.
Did you know you were saying that you used to use Town, now you're using this Turning Point chalk? Town have also just brought out a new rack as well. Have you seen that? I know I just like to talk about everything. I'm not all about Predator. I'm not all about I just like to make everything and available to people that like to make their own choice, kind of thing. And Town have just brought one out. It's called the Max Rack, and it's supposed to be ultra thin, which doesn't make the balls deviate at all. So I guess that's why your newest one is thin as well.
I'm not sure because obviously, in the rack industry we have a lot of competitors. Like you can see AccuRack. I don't know if you can see, but we've got a lot of different racks back there. And now the Co brothers have done a new rack. And basically we got a lot of different racks in the market. So in order to raise the competitiveness, we have to get out new products, to keep up with the whole market. And I'm not sure if it has anything to do with the Town one. You got to ask my dad because I'm not too familiar with this. But I think it was just because of previous racks. You see, when the balls roll on it,
Yeah.
it's just doesn't feel right. It moves a little bit if it's slow. So basically, that's why we changed to this one.
I hope,
But
I
yeah,
hope there's no racketeering going on. I just had to slip that in. It's over your head, that one, right? Are you there?
but yeah, we gotta put out new products to keep up with the whole market because there are a lot of new racks, as I said, and we a lot of people start using these. I think it's the Predator rack or something. I think is it the Predator rack?
They don't do an act. They don't do a
No.
template rack. They actually just do the triangle racks.
Yeah, exactly. They use the triangle thing. A lot of people are starting to use that, and so we gotta keep it up and put out new products.
So tell us where people can buy this if they're interested in trying out your products. If they, tell us all about you. Promote yourself now, because that's one of the big reasons that I wanted you to come on, to get you more business, to get you more followers, hopefully. And well, I actually came on so that I can get more followers because you're the person with 25 million views on Instagram. You said earlier on you call it viral when you get over a million. I call it viral when I get over one view.
I mean, it's all about consistency, as I said, because if you, I always believed if you actually get over the step that you are about to give up, like there's a really good example. So I had like a time where I didn't get much views. I got like only like 100K, 200K for some time. I didn't really get anything like blowing up and something for like over 2 months. So I was like, okay, I gotta stop posting for a little bit. Just let the algorithm relax a little bit and because it's kind of like inflation. I don't know if I'm doing this correctly. It's kind of like it. The more content people create every day, maybe some people post like 5 views a day and they don't get good views because it's kind of like a lucky dip. It's just kind of like which video will go viral. So the more videos are on the algorithm, the less chance you go viral. I don't think this has anything to do with what I mentioned, but because I'm not too good with this stuff. But anyways, it's just like I thought I needed to relax a little bit and stop posting for a bit. And just when I thought that was going to be the case, the right next video hit 1 million, and I was like, wow. So I actually got past the point where I was about to give up, and I convinced myself to post for another week. And the next day, it just hit 1 million, and I was like, Jesus. So then
So,
I continue to post right now because my
so
fans love it.
you obviously monetize these views, right? So
Yeah.
what, without being too personal, but to maybe encourage some people who are just starting out in the video business, in the being an influencer, being a producer of content, what kind of money can you make from this, from what you do? How much can you make a decent living out of it?
Mm, okay. I'm not gonna deep too deep. I'm not gonna dig too deep into this. So basically, for me, I'm not the one with all the followers. I'm not like Elvis Presley's old account, which he got like over 100K. I'm not like Venom. Venom's got a bunch of views, way more than me at least. I'm not like other content creators like Aaron the Pool Shark or Trickshot CEO, Forever Pool, stuff like that. But for them, they could possibly make some money off it. Maybe not for a living, but they could definitely make some money off it. But for me, I'm still trying to figure out this monetizing thing because I don't got a bank account and I don't really have a PayPal or stuff like this. So I gotta get my dad involved in this to help me, with all these stuff. And for me, I do not encourage people to actually make a living off social media because it is going to be so hard because all the celebrities basically if you got a little bit of negativity or if you get a little bit of stuff that is not exactly good, then it will be like it's gonna really affect your whole following, your views, because if people think your stuff is not good, or you do something where people misunderstand you maybe, or you do some stuff where not everybody agrees to, then you would have a lot of hate, and people will start to unfollow you, and your views would drop a lot, and it's basically very unstable. What I'm trying to say is it's going to be very unstable.
Yeah, it's a very tricky. There's the saying, isn't there? You're never going to please all the people. You just can't do
Yeah,
that. It's impossible. You're always going to get keyboard warriors who, doesn't matter what great stuff you do, they're still going to find a way of belittling you and saying bad things about your videos. But
yeah,
I always work off the preface where if I think it's funny and it entertains me, then I'm okay with that. And I'll always get the people who have the same mind as me. That's why they follow me. You'll always get those that don't particularly like everything you do and don't really support you anyway. So it doesn't really matter too much. I think personally, what's most important is to do what you love, to produce the
yeah, I
content
totally agree.
that you enjoy doing. And if people don't like it, so be it. There's
That's,
for every one person that doesn't like me, I've got 1,000 that do, kind of thing. And
yeah. So, in my opinion here, because I get views, and I get followers, and basically for every viral video you get, you're gonna have comments or DMs saying that your content is. I'm not gonna. Content is bad, basically, but I'm saying this like a lot of other content creators do, and it might sound very, very, very fake, but these hate actually in some way motivate me, because if you get hate, that means first of all your videos are viral, because people don't comment on the videos that have like 10 likes. So if you get haters, that firstly proves that you're viral. And at the same time, when you get haters, you're gonna get a lot of people that love your stuff, including all my fans. And if you're a hater and you watch all my stuff, I mean, you're still a fan in
still
some way.
watching it. You're still watching it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you hate my stuff, but you still like to watch it and criticize me about it, thanks for the views.
Yeah.
I don't mind, because I mean, I don't really let those stuff discourage me, because obviously I got a lot of fans. And I also want to mention something about my content creating team. So we got like a bunch of content creators in a team called Tricky Team, which we create content together and talk about algorithms, collaborations, viral shots, basically everything, like what shot you're gonna do today, or how's the algorithm going, when should we post. It's a lot of those information which normal people don't know, and basically we do this so we can boost each other's engagement rate, which is good for the algorithm, and therefore your video will pop up on the For You page more often.
Right. See, that's something that I think I create good content. I think I'm told I'm quite a funny guy who, people like to see my stuff because it gives them the laugh for the
Yeah,
day or something. But my problem is, and this is the biggest part of it, I'm sure, is knowing when to post it, what time, what time it is in the world, in China, or what time is it in the US, and what's the most views that you're going to get at that time. That's what I've always struggled with. And you've got a team behind you and you're all working together, right?
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give everybody a little bit of advice here. So if you're like a content creator or something, and you can tap on the professional dashboard, and you can see where all your viewers are from. So for me, most of my viewers are from the US. So then I post at the time where most of the US people are, online. So basically, I see that by doing some interactions with my fans. So basically, I know what's going on there. What everybody's doing, and I know when to post and what to post. Like we got Trick Shot Tuesday, like stuff like that. So basically when you want to post some content or what you want to post, and you want to match what your viewers like. Basically, it's all about the fans and the followers.
Yeah, it's a real science, isn't it?
It's all about experience, actually. If you have a good experience, then you will know what's going on.
Yeah. So look, don't want to keep you too much longer. I'm sure you've got another trick shot to go and invent, or some studying to do, or something like that. So what I'd like you to do now is give a mention to any sponsors that you want to, about your own page, how people can get in contact with you if they want to, basically how to interact with you and see this great stuff that you produce, because I'm definitely going to go and watch more of your stuff. You've convinced me. So
Well, thank you.
tell some people where they can see.
Okay, so first off, I would definitely give a big shout out to my first sponsor, and obviously Magic Borak, and also I have Cue Baller Co, which is this one. You can see Cue Baller, and also I've got a Siebert's Billiard Supply, and I've got Carabao Billiards from Indonesia, and also got Turning Point Steven, which is this shark. If you want to buy any of the products that I mentioned below, you can be sure to DM me, and you can find it on my page. And also Billiard, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's one of the Q brands, Billiard Cuivas. It's a Spanish name which I do not know how to pronounce. I think that's how you pronounce it. They are great carbon shafts, and they have great tips, and basically they got everything you need. It's kind of like a billiard supply store. Okay. And if you want to buy any of the stuff mentioned, then shoot me a DM, and I could, I have a discount code, so you guys can get 10% off. Right?
Perfect. So we're gonna flash all these different people up on this interview, so people can get in contact with you easier.
Yeah.
Look, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. You're such a great young guy who has got his head screwed on in the right way. And I only wish I'd known what you know when I was your age. I mean, you're just a fascinating, it's wrong to call you a kid, but you are a kid at 13 years old, and you're an inspiration. And I'm sure you're going to inspire a lot more people. And I just want to say one more thing. Keep up the great work. I'm a huge fan of yours already, and I can't wait to go and explore and have a look at. And I want to go and find this video with this table, where I want to see you practice on your. It's on your Instagram, right?
Yeah, I've got a bunch of videos on this. That's why I go to different places to play, because I'm scared my followers are tired of seeing this table.
Yeah. What is that's a Rasson Ox, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Jaden, what is your real name? Or is it? It's not the Paul. It's not the Paul Lover. That's not your family name, is it? What's your real family name?
My name is Jaden Chow, so it's just a normal Chinese name, basically. But it would be cool if my family name was Paul Lover.
Yeah. Okay. Look, Jaden, thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to get this out to social media so everyone can watch it. Well, they're watching it now, right? Because they're watching the recording of it. So thank you so much again, Jaden. Good luck with the rest of your pool life. You're still only 13 years old. Wow. You lucky boy.
Well, no, thank you. This has been a great opportunity. And you also are an inspiration of mine, because I watch a lot of your commentaries, and I like your humor and your rapping. That's pretty cool.
My rapping is just for a bit of fun. I think that's a good time, because I get very embarrassed when people praise me. So just want to say one more time, Jaden, the pool lover, thank you so much. I'm now a fan.
Thank you.
See you.
See you.